As Chinese New Year approaches, the queues at COVID testing centers just keep getting longer. In Sham Shui Po, over 200 people were still in line for a PCR test after midnight. Maisie Mok explains why.
It's well after midnight and the weather was chilly, but dozens of people were still lining up at this COVID testing station at Maple Street Playground in Sham Shui Po. Despite being in the line for hours, none of them would budge when workers pleaded with them to come back the next day. Most of them were trying to fulfill the requirement of a PCR test when traveling to the mainland. Several men vented their frustration at the staff, saying without a negative result, they cannot head north for the Chinese New Year holidays. The station finally cleared the backlog of over 200 people by 3 a.m. Responding to the chaos at the Legislative Council, Chief Executive John Lee admitted the situation was not ideal. He has ordered health officials to make it easier for the public to obtain real-time information of the testing centers, so they can avoid long queues. But Lee insisted the city's 85 testing centers were only running at 60% capacity, although some stations were more crowded than others. He also acknowledged calls to scrap the PCR mandate when crossing the border, but called for patience as he discussed the matter with authorities on the mainland. A contractor which operates several testing stations in Mongkok and Sha Tin explains what is causing the holdup.
Most of the situations that we encounter were either there were too many citizens asking for questions and we don't have enough staff to entertain each one of them and causing the delay. Another bottleneck that could appear is the registration center, where there are some walk-in citizens that does not have the information registered online. They would take extra time to input into our computer system. I think one of the bottlenecks could be at the paying stations. There could be IT issues. In each of these potential bottlenecks, we have increased staff to prevent bottlenecks to appear.
Chiu urged people to reserve a slot online and avoid popular testing stations. Maisie Mok, HKIBC.